Welcome to Stephen King Saturday. I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna be a quick one.
Yeah.
But this is the one we watched because
Yeah.
it, you know,
Night
ends our
shift.
yeah.
Yeah.
We started the Nightshift collection. We did them one a week. We probably could have done all four in one video.
Probably.
But we also read the short stories for each one. So that's why.
Yes.
Right? If it wasn't for that, yeah, we probably would have done all four, or at least two in one each time. Because that's how they were released on VHS. You had the Disciples of the Crow and the Night Reader on one. And then you had the Boogeyman and the Woman in the Room on the other tape.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So we could have done it that way. But because we did read the other three short stories that were like 40 to 50 pages apiece, that's why we did those separately. Unfortunately, with this one, this is not written by Stephen King. So this is kind of a cheat, but it is on a Stephen King collection. This is part of the Nightshift Stephen King collection. So it counts?
Yeah, it counts.
Yeah. So I don't know. All right. So the
it.
Night Waiter. This definitely felt like an Are You Afraid of the Dark episode with some mild language.
Yeah.
Right? We get a couple curse words in here, not many. So if you just cut those out, this easily could have doubled as a Are You Afraid of the Dark or
easily.
a Goosebumps or something. Like it's really that like
tame and
but
childish or kid friendly.
it feels like a story that would be in something like a a horror story for kids, like or like not young adults. That seems too old. And not like little
Honestly,
kids.
Yeah.
It's like right in that
It's like
middle,
the
like 10-year-olds.
Like,
like tweens.
Yeah, the tweens.
This is what that would be aimed towards.
Yes.
So you've got this kid who comes in. I didn't even take notes because it was like this was
so quick.
so short.
So short.
This was so short. This was like 18 minutes long.
I
was
know.
fucking insane. I was like, oh, that was it? That's it?
And it ends pretty abruptly, honestly.
100% it does. So there's this kid, and it's his first night of work. He's working an overnight shift in a hotel, and he's going to be a night waiter. He's going to run food up to rooms. I don't know how much night room service there is in hotels that late. Because he's like late. This is like, past midnight. I don't know how many people are ordering room service. Have you ever ordered room service? Like yourself? Not like your family.
I don't think
but
so.
But you yourself, have you ever called in?
I don't think
hotel?
I ever have. I don't remember it if I have. No.
I sure as hell never.
No, because I think I never do it because it's always so expensive.
Yes.
And it's like you might as well just go out and get food.
Yes,
and don't be lazy because it's
Room service for me is for people who have money.
Yeah.
Or are lazy as all hell. Because like I know some people are like, I'm on vacation, and that's what they do, right? I mean, we live in a tourist town.
Yeah.
And we know how much companies love to take advantage of people who are willing to spend a little extra because I'm on vacation.
Yeah.
I want to live lavishly. I want to live deliciously. That's right. Yes. They're here with Black Phillip, and they want to live deliciously. Yeah. So, yeah, the idea of room service is like fine. Because I've never had room service as an adult. I think my parents got it a few times when I was a kid, but I've never like remembered, unless you're staying in like a high-end place. I don't think the food's gonna be all that good anyway, so you're probably gonna get like Denny's level food.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. I think the few times I have had room service, it wasn't very good.
No, for sure. This cat will not stop meowing. And it's so annoying. So, there you go. But
she's free.
Anyway, he comes in. It's his first night. he comes in 10 minutes late and is like
10 or 15
fired
yes
by this guy, and he's like, the guy's like, you're done here, get lost. And then the kid is like, hi, this is Grogu, and he's about to get thrown right through a window, aren't you, Grogu? Huh? Because you won't leave the kitty alone. No. She just wants to come out and be nice and play and have a nice time, and you want to attack her.
He doesn't know any better.
He knows better.
He's just a puppy. He wants to play like a puppy.
So he's like, you're gone.
Yeah.
And the kid's like, but I had a flat tire. And
it was raining.
And he's like, it was raining when I left.
I know, it was raining when I got here.
Yeah. And I was on time. And it's like, yeah, bro, because you have a car and you're an adult. And he's like, all right, I guess I'm out of here. And he's like, that's it?
Like, you're not going to talk back to me? And be like...
Call me an asshole?
It's such a weird response. He, like, wants him to show, like, backbone and gumption.
Yeah.
But, like, why? Like, you just fired him. Like,
he's just like screwing with the kid.
Yeah, 100%.
Because he's bored.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? It's kind of, I mean, if you were going to compare this to anything, I mean, there's definitely some things I would compare this to. 4 Rooms, of course, with Tim Roth, Quentin Tarantino, Robert Rodriguez, and the other directors. Little anthology movie they made, of course, about the little bellhop who's downstairs. One of the only movies I can think of where the main focus of the entire story is on people who work at a hotel and are called to a room to service people. But another what was the other movie I was just thinking of? Damn it.
I don't remember. I don't know if you told me.
I was just thinking, I went off on this 4 Rooms thing. I always have to talk too much. That's always my problem. People are like, they're getting interrupted by multiple pets. He can't remember what he's saying. But at least this is more than 2 minutes like it was originally going to be.
Yeah.
The Innkeepers.
Oh.
So obviously in the Innkeepers, you've got, the 2 characters, Pat Healy and Sarah Paxton, and they are just bored, right? I mean, essentially, I don't want to ruin the movie. I don't want to give any spoilers for the movie, but a lot of the horror and a lot of the mishaps that they run into in the movie are purely from them up at that desk, bored. And this is this guy to me. He's sitting up there all night by himself. Some kid comes in and he just wants to fuck with him. Yeah. Just to have a laugh. And that literally costs him his life in the end. Right? So it's just pure boredom. Yeah. And as far as the rest of the episode goes, I mean, he literally just someone orders a sandwich. This is the funniest part to me. So someone orders a sandwich. He brings it up. There's a voice that's like, don't come here again, from the other room. And then he drops the sandwich and the woman's super pissed off at him about it. And then he goes downstairs to replace the sandwich. And for some reason, instead of going to the kitchen, I'm guessing they have a chef on duty at that hour. I would assume.
I think he makes it.
He has to be making it. There's no way they're keeping on that much staff in a place that has no business. But I guess we're supposed to believe that this place has a night kitchen. Right. But this place feels completely so dead and small. Yes. So there's no hustle and bustle.
Made the sandwich.
He has to. Yeah. And if that's the case, then this scene makes zero sense because he drops the sandwich, then he goes downstairs and he listens to the history of the freaking hotel from the manager guy and sits there for 10 minutes listening. and then goes and gets the sandwich.
Yeah.
And takes it to her.
Yes.
Like, what?
I know.
And she's like, took you long enough. And I'm like, it did take him too long.
It took him, way too long.
Because in those in those scenarios in movies, we're always usually on the other guy's side. We're like, what a bitch.
Yeah, like.
No.
In this
not
case.
This time.
Yeah. But she was like, this is the loudest hotel I've ever stayed in. Because there's like music playing from across the hall.
And there's like fucking corpses threatening lives.
Yeah.
Why is it just him?
I don't know. Why
is no one else encountered? That other guy's worked there for a while.
Yeah. I don't know.
They're just like, tonight's the night.
I guess. Maybe it's the anniversary of something.
Oh,
I don't remember if that's ever said.
100 years ago tonight.
Yes.
They might have in that scene. It's like 2 seconds long. I should be able to remember everything. But we've watched a few things since this.
Yeah.
And this is over so quick.
It was so fast.
It was out of my mind almost as quick.
Yeah, honestly.
But yeah, like the reveal of like he's pranking him upstairs the second time, turns around and the guy like laughs and he's like, I got you.
Yeah.
And then he's like, all right, go back to the desk. Like, I'll, be right behind you. And then, like, the kid turns around and the ghosts come out and grab him.
Yeah.
And are, like, killing him. And he's like, no, wait! It's kind of like a boy who cries wolf kind of scenario. Mm-hmm. And then it literally just ends. And I was like, that was it! I remember we were watching this and I looked over at Kelly. I was like, it was over? That's it? What? Yeah. Nothing happened.
It's funny because, like, this kind of an ending, it just reminds me of how, like, some of these older movies that we'll watch, like, they just abruptly stop, and it's like, we're done, like, nothing else. But nowadays, like, movies and shows, like, I don't know, you get much more with your endings. You get more explanations or more payoff or
Return of the King.
Connections. Yeah, whatever. Like, you get to see where people are going, and whether it's happy or sad or scary or whatever, and this is just, like, done. So.
Oh my goodness. Is it ever?
Yeah.
There was another movie coming soon. I thought we talked about. Like, I was reading that about it. And I was like, Stranger Things. Said it was going to have like 6 endings. Mm-hmm. That they're going to really draw the ending out of the show. I was reading that from the Duffer Brothers. They were like, yeah, we have like a Return of the King ending that we have planned.
Yeah.
It's like 6 different endings. They got to give a send-off to like every character.
Right. I mean, there's so many characters and everyone cares about them. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense.
And Return of the King, obviously, is like the famous movie for having so many endings. Yes. I remember I was the only one in the theater that was like stoked.
There's more.
That like it kept coming back up and everyone else in the theater was groaning because I saw it at midnight.
Oh, sure.
And it was like 3:30 in the morning at that point. And people were just like, dude, no more.
Yeah.
And I was the only one. Like when Frodo sails away, we were like 100% that's it. And then it comes back and like Sam's freaking, gardening and with his wife and stuff. People are like, come on. And I was like, yeah. Keep it going. Nowadays it would be like mid-credits, post-credits.
Yeah.
Right?
Right, yeah. Now we're kind of like the credit sequences. Mm-hmm.
And then the DVD came out with like 50 extra minutes and I was like, yeah, finally. More. Finally. It was like a year later. Less. But, yeah. There's literally nothing to talk about with this one.
No.
Kid comes in, he gets fired, the guy wants to screw with him, he takes a sandwich to a woman, he drops it, he comes back down, he grabs another one. We get a little history of the hotel, he goes back up, the guy tricks him, and then the guy gets killed when he turns around. The end. That is everything.
That's it all.
That's all. And it's like 15 minutes long. It's crazy fast.
Yes.
I couldn't believe it when the credits rolled. Yeah. Because we just pressed play, and I was like just situating myself, and then the credits rolled, and I was like, what? I've taken longer pisses. I know. So, yeah. Well, that's that. So, what do you guys vote for next in the Stephen King-a-thon? Yeah. Now that we're back to the Stephen King Saturdays. I would definitely want to see some things in the comments below with what we should be covering. What I wouldn't mind doing next would be like Nightmares and Dreamscapes.
Yeah.
One episode a week.
That would be nice.
So we can really milk it like we did with this one.
Right.
Get 8 weeks out of this.
Yeah.
And only like 45-minute commitment. But if we could read the shorts for each,
that would be good.
That would be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool to do.
So, what do you guys think about that? Nightmare and Dreamscapes TNT miniseries would be cool. Salem's Lot, Rob Lowe miniseries. That's like 4 hours long, so that'd be a lot for one, but it is what it is. There's definitely, we still got a good amount to do. Yeah. Dolan's Cadillac. And
oh, sure.
There's a ton left to cover.
Yeah.
So I really want to do Dreamcatcher at some point.
Okay.
Of course, I'd love to read all of these books before, but there's no way with everything else we do I can read a Stephen King book.
I know.
Do Slasher Sunday, Monster Monday, and Stephen King Saturday, and cover Yellow Jackets, and video game, and all the shit we do.
Yeah.
There's no way I could read a King novel.
The short stories
that are
like
definitely 400, 500, 600,000 pages sometimes.
Yeah.
It's just not possible.
Yeah. The short stories are definitely much better.
Yeah. So, anyways, so that's that.
That's that.
And until next week, actually, we're just going to record Slasher Sunday right now. So,
yeah.
Anyways, bye, guys.